Namaste friends, welcome to today's lecture. Please share and subscribe my channel. To get more updated videos, please click on bell icon. In this lecture, we'll discuss about request object. First of all, we'll see what is request and response objects. Request and response objects are parameters of the callback function. So they are used for express.js and node.js. We can get the request query, parameters, body, headers and cookies. It can override any value or anything there. Overriding headers and cookies will not affect the output back to the browser. So what exactly request object? A request object is the parameter of the callback function, represents the HTTP request, contains the properties for the request query string, parameters, body, HTTP headers. We have several properties of request object. Let me see with hands-on exposure here. First of all, I'm importing library, importing required library into our application. I'm importing it. Express require. I need express, so I'm importing it using this. Creating instance for the express, that is instance is app, it could be anything. Express. I'm running this on port number 3000. So we have several properties here. I'll write it all the properties here. One is a request.app is a property. This holds a reference to the instance of the Express application. Let me see now. App.get users, I'm using the routing here. Request, response. These are the objects. Response.send. I'm giving app is property of request object. I should call with the request dot app. Let me see what we'll get it here. App dot listen. So we should run on this port number. Console.log running on this port number. Listening on port. Let me run and see. Just running it here. So my app name is this. Let me open this. Users. Yeah. So this is what request object. So we have this is it giving the reference instance of the Express application. This is the instance we created now. So using that property, it is giving all. Function will have three objects here: request object, response object, and next. This is also callback function. This is also callback function. This is also callback. So it is handling all these three. So immediately what a request has to be processed by the server that is using this object. Now coming to the other objects, request object properties. So we have one more property here, request dot body. Request dot body, it contains key value pair of the data submitted in the request body. By default will have undefined, and it is populated when we use body parsing middleware such as body parser. Let me go through the example now. I'm just copying this. Users request dot body property. Let me see what you will get it here. Body right here. I'll comment this. App, I'll use this URL app. Yeah, by default it is giving undefined. I'll change this. I'll add some content to it. Header, so now once again I'm running it. Let me check now. This time I'm not getting undefined. Like we have other property here, request dot cookies. We have several properties. Just I'll explore all this. So yeah, so this property contains cookies sent by the request used for the cookie parser middleware. So we have one more request.ip. This is the remote IP address of the request. So suppose to get what is the current route path, if you want to get it, you can use this property here. So now request.route, it gives the currently matched route. So this is also displaying when we use this property here. Likewise, we have methods of request object. We have several methods, but I'll go through only few of the methods which are more frequently used in the applications. Let me go through the application. I'll just methods. We have request dot accepts. So accepts header with a value that has HTML in it, otherwise it will return false. Let me go example here. App dot get users app apps. I'm just using it here. Request comma response dot send. I should use the method here. Request dot accepts. Here I'm passing HTML. This will accepts only HTML, otherwise it returns false. Let me save this, run again. Yeah, it is running. Yeah, it is accepting this. You can also use others. Others accepts request dot accepts text or HTML. We can use accepts JSON. We can use several. I'll use some of them. JSON. If we have multiple, then it takes the first one, text. Save it, run again. I'm just running it here. Yeah, it is taking the first one. Like, you can include several options here: application, JSON, image, PNG, HTML, whatever is there in the first position, that will be written. This is one of the method. So we have another method called here app.get. We are aware of this is a request.get. This will take the field here. Field could be anything here. It returns a specified HTTP. This will return specified HTTP header HTTP request header. So let me go through example. Apps get here HTML. In place of this, I'll use content type. It will get only content type only. Let me see. Yeah, it is. This is returning true. Otherwise, it returns false. Other than this. Likewise, request.get content type, we can use it. And one more method is here request.is method. This method, if the incoming request is content type, then it returns true. Otherwise it returns false. This is one of the method. So we have one more method here. Just I'm exploring it here. You can practice it. So request.param is a method. This method used to fetch the value of param name when present on the URL. Let me go through example. This is also very interesting one. I'm just using this. in the URL I'm passing that name is equal to, now here there is a param value, name, so this is a parameter value, so getting param, let me save.